My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. This is the only channel dedicated to UFC fight picks and DraftKings lineups run by MMA insiders and professional fighters. Every week, I join Dan Kramer and Nick Newell, two longtime professional fighters that have fought at the highest levels on the planet, as well as Jacob Lyons, a skinny kid from Indiana. So join us every single week for our full fight card breakdowns, our individual fight card breakdowns, our betting guide, and our DraftKings lineups. Next up at UFC Vegas 33, we have Bryan Barberena versus Jason Witt. Bryan Barberena, 15-7 overall, 2-3 in his last five. Jason Witt, 18-7, 3-2 in his last five. Bryan Barberena, this is going to be battle of the game plans. We have sort of striking versus grappling here. At least that's how I anticipate this fight going. Bryan Barberena moves forward, has a pretty good gas tank. He's a busy striker. He's not very technical, but he is technical enough and has enough gas to, and pressure to just make up for some of the holes in his technical striking. He has decent wrestling and grappling if he needs to. He's definitely the more well-rounded fighter. He's never out of a fight. Even if he's on the wrong end of 2 rounds, he's still in a fight. My concern with him is that he does get taken down often in his fights. He stands up, he scrambles up, and he works his way back up, but he does get taken down pretty often in his fights. Jason Witt is a wrestler and a grinder. He's only looking for a takedown and submission here. He's not going to be looking to strike. He has just okay stand-up. He's got really good top control and pressure. He ground and pounds heavy. He's hard to get out from under, but he has absolutely no chin whatsoever. Jason Witt has no chin, can get knocked out. The way I see this going is if Bryan avoids the takedowns, his stand-up pressure could absolutely frustrate and break Jason, and he can get himself a stoppage. If Jason can get the takedown, he can hold down Bryan, beat him up a little bit. This is a really interesting one, and if we learned anything recently, it's that the judges love wrestling. I'm almost afraid to say it out loud. I like Jason Witt in this fight. Bryan Barberena, he hasn't fought in quite some time. He had injuries, and you can read up about all the weird stuff going on with his body and the injuries he's had recently. I like Jason Witt here. I think the grappling is a concern. He can get knocked out at any second, but I do think he can take Bryan down. He gets taken down often, but I think he's tougher on top than most of the other people that have taken him down. Jacob, I refuse to watch you sit that far back. Sit up and let us know your pick.
Sit up, boy.
Listen, I think that it's crazy that Bryan is $9,600. I don't think it's almost a 3-1 favorite because of layoffs, but I think he should win this fight. Listen, Angelo, if you want to trust Jason Witt's chin, more power to you. I don't
trust his chin. I trust his
more
wrestling.
Power to you. I did it last time with Semmelsberger and just got my ass handed to me. Pardon my French, but I'm not doing it again. I'm not doing it again. And when he's getting knocked out, it wasn't just Semmelsberger. It was Takashi Soto too. Those are just he's getting to his straights, like just
with
straight
that jab.
Yeah, it's a straighter jab, just right at the end, just a little boop, and he just sits straight down. These aren't overhand rights, overhand lefts that he's getting caught with. It's just like boop. Oh, I think I'll take a nap. So you want to trust your chin, more power to you. I do think that it's crazy that it's $9,600. And if for some reason Bryan can't put a single shot on his chin to drop him, and Jason Witt can use his grappling, obviously there is good value in $6,600 if he can get the game plan together. But there's no way in hell I'm trusting Jason Witt's chin ever again. I stayed away from Bryan because the $9,600 is way too expensive for me. But I'm not going with Jason Witt as well. And if you look at Bryan's too, his losses, not to pump him up even more, but Leon Edwards, Colby Covington, Vicente Luque, those are some tough guys. So
I'm basing a lot of it off. First of all, styles make fights. I always say that every single week. He does get taken down often. He doesn't have very good takedown defense. He does have very good.
I don't agree with that. I think he's got some decent takedown defense.
I think he does an amazing job of getting back up, but he does get taken down. And I think the difference is Jason Witt. He's strong as hell, and I think he has really good top pressure. So he'll take Bryan down, who does get taken down often. Bryan usually pops right back up. I think Jason can keep him there. I agree with Jacob.
Look at his fights out. Colby, Leon Edwards, Ellenberger, Vicente. He looked good against Vicente, striking. I don't know. I like Barberena. I think he's pretty.
Well, the guy submitted Sage Northcutt. That's one of the best wins you could have. The young phenom, Sage Northcutt.
Yeah, I don't know. I almost $9,600 is so expensive. So
yeah,
I had a lineup where I had him in there originally, but honestly, the biggest thing that holds me back is just the injuries. And I think you messaged me earlier in the week about it, Angelo. Like, he had some like weird blood thing. I don't know what his story is, but he's got some issues, and that's what scares me a little bit. And Jason Witt, I remember like 3 fights ago being like, oh man, this guy's got pretty good wrestling. Like, I think he could pull off some wins here. And then he just keeps getting knocked out with like any punch that lands on his chin. So I think this is a terrible matchup for Jason Witt. Bryan Barberena is definitely the pick. But for $9,600, I don't know if I'm going to have him in my lineup.
If there was a prop bet for Jason Witt getting knocked out on the glove touch, I would throw $10 at it. That's got to be like 10,000 to 1. A little glove touch, Jason Witt drops. I would put money on that. But
the chin is definitely concerning.
And we don't talk a lot about multi-entry lineups, but Brian will make it in a few of my multi-entry lineups for sure, chasing that Jason Witt chin basically.
Yeah, now you guys have me nervous about my pick.
Bryan Barberena wins inside the distance plus 100.
That's a great one.
That's even money. Yeah. Well, I'm not. So my pick is Jason Witt, but we've talked about this before. Picks only matter if you're using them for bets or anything like that. So I do like. I'm big on Styles. I think Styles make fights. We'll see. You guys have me super nervous about his chin. I know his chin is weak, but now you have me nervous about how weak it actually is.
Well, Jason Witt could wrestle like crazy, but I think, like you said, Barberena gets up and he's tough. He's one of those guys who's just not going to go away.
And even his last fight that he got knocked out, it was just like, obviously it was early, and every fight starts on the feet, but it was just like a blind, lazy kick he threw, and the guy just came over the top a little bit and boop.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Now you have me nervous, but I'm banking on Brian not being 100% and Jason Witt just bite down on his mouthpiece and just shoot takedowns, and have a grapple-heavy game plan.
So you do have him in your DraftKings, Jason Witt?
Me? No. No. He's my pick. I'm definitely going to find something that I like. I'm not sure what.
Hell, if you think he's going to win at $6,600, that's a no-brainer.
And you know what? I had $6,900 left. We'll do the DraftKings.
I bet you did.
$7,000 left. I did the dude that who did I pick? Where is he? The next fight we're doing. That's who I threw in there. The next fight we're doing is Stoltze. I did Stoltze instead of Jason Witt, but I was going to do Witt. So we'll talk about that in a second.